And joining us now from outside the convention center in New Orleans is our very own Geraldo Rivera, who's on the ground from earlier today. Geraldo.
Sean, I can't emphasize what Shep just said enough. He said it exactly right. There's no earthly answer that anyone can understand why these people, after 6 days, are still in this filthy, miserable convention center. Why are they still here? There's the freeway here. I tell you what I would have done. What I would still do, I would say, let them walk out of here. Let them walk away from the filth. Let them walk away from the devastation. Let them walk away from the dead bodies in here. They say they're on the second floor in the freezer. I've been on the first floor. It's like Willowbrook in there. I'm telling you, Sean and Alan, this is, you cannot deny that it's 6 days since this natural disaster befell New Orleans. What has happened since is as bad or worse than what Mother Nature did. It's just, I can't understand that. I've only been here in Louisiana for less than a day. I left New York yesterday. But coming to the convention center, it is as if time stopped. It's as if I'm back and it's Wednesday. I saw Fox News on Wednesday, and people were here at this building, the convention center, saying, get us out of here, help us, help us. And now it's 48 hours after that, and the people are still here. None of them, as far as I know, not a single one has been bussed out of here. They're all still here. Why is that? God, I wish I knew. I wish someone could tell me. Where are the buses? There are so many buses that could, where are the, we had a flight 159th Fighter Wing, Louisiana came down, and they were bringing in doctors and medical supplies and kicking off the MREs out of the helicopters, but none of the people are there. Look at this. Look at this little baby. There's so many little babies. Here, tell me, how old is this baby?
15 months.
15 months, okay. I got a baby. You know I have a baby, and you see, there are so many babies here. It's just not, it's not, it's not a question of objectivity, it's a question of reality. This is how do you, I don't know, man. Let them walk out of here. Let them walk the hell out of here. Let them get on that interstate and walk out, walk someplace, walk to the Walmart on the other side of the river, walk to some other town, walk someplace where you can help them. All you got here is thousands and thousands of people who have desperate needs 6 days later. These people in the same clothes. Where do you think they're going to the bathroom? They don't wash their hands. They don't wash their face. These babies. What the hell?
Well, I heard there was a secret chord David played to please the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she crooked your throat and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. used to live alone before I knew ya. And it's not your flag on that marble arch, no. Love is not a victory march, it's a call and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Time when you let me know what's really going on below. But now you never show that to me, do ya? Remember when I moved and you and my holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew was high. There's a God above, but all I ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear at night, it's not someone who's seen her light, it's a calling, it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah.